Goblin Slayer. It's absolutely mental. I don't understand how this has eluded me. I don't understand how I've not known about Goblin Slayer. I'm going to review in season 1 once I'm done, but I just needed to come on here and speak about episode 1 because, oh my goodness. You don't understand. If you've not seen Goblin Slayer, you can't even comprehend the levels this episode goes to let you know that it doesn't give a fuck. Like, Goblin Slayer is something else. Now, when I say visceral, I mean visceral. This is profoundly violent. And I'm telling you, mate, I watched this, right, with my partner, and both of our jaws have never slapped the floor so hard, so consecutively. I wasn't prepared for this. I had no idea what I was walking into. It was about 1 a.m. and I just put it on for something to watch. I was like, oh, let's give Goblin Slayer a go. Give Goblin Slayer a go. You don't just give Goblin Slayer a go. You don't walk into episode 1 like an innocent child, giving it a whirl. It blew my fucking mind. These goblins, they're nasty, man. So episode 1 is basically this. It establishes there's a bunch of heroes, right? It's like a guild, it's all very fantasy, and they get quests get put on the board. These quests can be anything. Slaying a dragon, taking a cat out of a tree, taking down bandits, killing goblins. A bunch of quests, all varying in different objectives. And this bunch of heroes, they're quite new, right? They've just got their party, so it's a bit like Dungeons and Dragons in that way. They all have their party and each member has their specific strengths and weaknesses. And they decide, you know what, goblins are small. We'll go kill a bunch of goblins. That's what they try and do. They enter a cave and they go and try kill goblins. And oh my god. Oh, they fail so miserably. So miserably do they fail. They get butchered. One guy has a sword, and it's a long sword, and he tries to swing, and he gets caught on the cave because he should have had a dagger. It's too long for confined spaces. And the males, they get ripped apart, stabbed viciously. They get mauled by the goblins, who just jump on them like a pack of savage wolves and tear them apart. It's the level of violence that it just doesn't care. They're getting stabbed to death, limbs ripped off. It's so bad. But the females, they get it even worse. The females, they get raped. The goblins, they rape the women. And you see them ripping like the clothes off the females, lifting up their hips and just forcefully pulling them up and holding them down. And you're just watching them. And you know what, what impacts you even more is that the art style of this is it's a bit adolescent. What I mean by that is if a child stumbled into this, it would look like something that's friendly for kids because the animation style is quite like that. Looks quite innocent. But innocent it is not. It's so the women, they're brutally raped. And then as this is all going down, there's only one person sort of left who hasn't been victimized yet, and that's someone who was new to the party, this healer girl. Can't remember her name, but she can perform healing miracles. And in comes the Goblin Slayer, emerges from the shadows and just messes them all up. And it's like this guy, he's had trauma in his past through goblins, right? So he has a personal vendetta against goblins. So he only kills goblins. That's why he's a Goblin Slayer. Anytime there's quests on a wall, he will patiently wait and just go take the quest pertaining to killing goblins. He's not interested in the money, the fame, or the glory. All he's interested in is killing goblins. Now, what I loved, and man, I've never seen anything do this before. After he's butchered the goblins, tore them limb from limb, systematically wiped them out, saves the girl who's been raped, saves her from all of that. He's looking around and he moves a rock and there's a bunch of baby goblins behind the rock. terrified, and you can see the fear on their innocent little faces. And the girl he's with, the healer, she's like, are you going to kill them? And he's like, of course I'm going to kill them. They will grow up to be monsters, to do what's just been done here today. And, you know, my partner, God bless her soul, she was like, is he really going to kill them? Is he just going to kill the babies? And he just walks in, sword in hand, and butchers all of them. Cuts them down without a second thought. And yeah, that episode really lets you know what sort of road we're going to be walking in this show. And I can't wait. I'm 3 episodes in, and I'm so invested. I can't wait to finish this and review this. And I can't believe I'd never seen this before. Do you know what I did? I made the same mistake I did with Demon Slayer. When I first saw the name Demon Slayer, I thought to myself, it sounds lame, it sounds generic. Demon Slayer? Come on, man. But I watched it and absolutely love it, and I swear it's one of the greatest things I've ever seen in my life. So when I saw the name Goblin Slayer, I did the same exact thing. Like, Goblin Slayer, Demon Slayer, Goblin Slayer. I'm sure there's a Dragon Slayer somewhere else. You know, just stick Slayer at the end of every anime. I thought it was going to be generic. I thought it was going to be bad, and it's absolutely amazing. It's beautiful, and the levels of violence is what it's going to. But it's not just pointless violence. It has reason and merit. They're trying to show you how animalistic, how cruel, how perverted these goblins are. That the weight, the gravity attached to them taking you. Because these goblins, they actively take young girls and drag them to their caves to perform the very acts it showed as them performing. It doesn't sugarcoat anything. It shows you why he is the way he is, why he wants nothing more to cut each one down. And what I really like about the Goblin Slayer's design is he looks literally like the cat, it looks like it's taken straight from Demon Souls or you know, Dark Souls. He just looks like a build from that, doesn't he? Look, it's him from Demon Souls. That's what he looks like. You know, and all the other heroes, it's so good, man. It's great. I can't, when I review this properly, I'll talk in much more detail about all of it, right? But it's really, really good. You know, everyone looks down on the Goblin Slayer. They all sort of like a peasant. But it's marvelous. What a great show. I can't wait. So that's my thoughts on episode 1. Be warned if you haven't seen it. It can offend and will offend. It's unlike anything I've ever seen before. And I've seen some sick shit. So just be warned if you go into episode 1. Just be warned. Okay? It's all for the faint of heart. So there you go. Goblin Slayer.